Sorry, Leo, I was about to get interrupted. But we're going to continue. So, the bird fight going on up there. Wow. 2 magpies. 3 magpies. Gosh, I wonder whether you can see that. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl. Is that what they say? Anyway, they're having a big scrap about something. I wonder whether that has any bearing on your reading. So, in what ways am I excelling in life at the moment for Leo? Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, 1 moment. It went through the gap in the table. The Tower. That's going to be an interesting one to read. So that's the way that you're excelling in life at the moment. How can you be kinder to yourself? How can Leo be kinder to themselves? 2 cards. The Chariot and the 6 of Wands. For being kinder to yourself. I just want to see. Oh no, that's too many coming out there. And in what areas of your life is there room for improvement? In what areas? Leo's life, is there room for improvement? In what areas of Leo's life is there room for improvement? 2 cards again, Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. And how can I bypass or work with any resistance that I'm having to improving my situation? So how to bypass or work with any resistance that you've got to improving your situation. For Leo. Ace of Cups. And what message is there to lessen my fear or anxiety around change? Or any fear or anxiety that you might have around change? The Star. That's lovely. And what natural qualities or assets do I have to support me? What natural assets and qualities does Leo have to support them? 10 of Wands. And what image can I work with or keep in mind? Almost a bit like a vision board image that you can keep in mind in the coming days just to help encourage you on your path. What image can Leo keep in mind to help encourage them? The 8 of Wands. And what is the best version of yourself that you're here to embody right now? What are you here to overcome? So either the best version of yourself or what are you here to overcome right now? Is Leo here to embody or overcome right now? What's Leo's mission right now? Oh, 6 of Coins. It's lovely. Okay. So, looking at the cards, we've got 4 major arcanas, so half the spread, or half the official spread, because we've had more than one come out for some positions. So it's potentially quite a major time in your life, and well, there's some large themes going on for you. We saw you at the beginning as the Page of Wands, looking at the tip of your wand for inspiration. That gives me the sense that there is some new energy circulating around or that whoever I'm reading for is quite a kind of creative, excitable, energetic person full of ideas. Or it could just be a new project or a new phase of your life that you're considering that's starting to unfold. So, in what ways are you excelling at the moment? We've got the Tower. It's really interesting. I mean, I guess if you're looking at a tarot channel, you're probably aware of the images. And this isn't one we would naturally call a positive card. I'm just going to see what's jumping out at me today. But in terms of what you're excelling at, I mean, the obvious message is you're not putting up with anything that's built on the wrong foundations, and you might be in the kind of bulldozery kind of mood to see things for what they are and to dismantle any situations that aren't working for you. So you've got kind of, I think, especially when we see you with the Page of Wands, that you might have quite energetic, ballsy sort of attitude to change at the moment. I think you are brave, and the Tower, although it can be a short, sharp shock, if you're working with a shock like that that's come out of the blue, if we're asking what ways you're excelling, you're doing really well with it. You're not letting it take you under. You're working with the energies of it, and you're not becoming a victim in the face of it. Or otherwise you are starting to dismantle things that don't seem to be built on firm foundations. And then in what ways can you be kinder to yourself? We've got the Chariot and the Six of Wands. I think you need to really recognise, so the Six of Wands is a card of recognition and status, really. And I think it's interesting, all these horses in these three horses, the three magpies, I want to say, something to do with that. Black and white. So we had the three magpies fighting behind me. You know, maybe there has been a situation in which you have been having to deal with competing demands on your attention, or split beam laser. We talk about a split laser beam, so something that maybe has been taking a lot of your energy in different directions, or either in work or in relationships, and because that's what the Chariot is a card of. You know, he's in full command without even using his the reins. In some cards, these are horses. They're sphinxes here. That's why I referred to the horses. Sorry. But this is a card of being a fast movement and being able to cope with more than one option. And I think to be kind to yourself, if there has been any conflict, or if it has felt quite a hectic time, I think realize how well you've excelled in this, or how well you are succeeding in this situation. I think you need to really give yourself a pat on the back and realize that you're doing incredibly well under potentially quite stressful situation, or a lot that's going on for you anyway. And then in what areas is there room for improvement? We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. Money and security, obviously, with the Queen of Pentacles. She gets paid fairly for what she does. She's the Queen of Hearth and Home. She's high status. It might be that you're dealing with someone like that you feel a little bit bound to, this Devil energy. When we look at areas of improvement, maybe you are bound to someone like that, but I can't imagine why that wouldn't be a pleasant experience, other than we've got the Tower saying something that you are involved in is probably built on the wrong foundations. Or my first thought is probably the one to go with, which is that you might be a bit obsessed with money and security at the moment, and how to get to a new level of security, and that might be where you're focusing on. And maybe because the devil is quite kind of a heavy, obsessive, slightly addictive energy, the area for improvement might be about just lessening your laser focus on it and your obsession. Anyway, let's see what else comes out with the other cards. Yeah, I mean, next position, how can I bypass any resistance that I'm having to improving my situation? Get into your heart. Think about a fresh new start with something that you really, really, really love. I think with the Page of Wands, the Tower, and this Ace of Cups, I think you are talking about a new start, and or there is an area of your life, or a couple of areas of your life that are being refreshed. So rather than maybe worrying about the money side of things, think about what it is you love and where you want to focus, because that will probably, looking at the rest of the cards, bring you what you need, which is fair payment for doing what you love, or some sort of support. And then what lesson is there, so what message is there to lessen my fear or anxiety around change? We've got the Star, which is lovely. The Star comes after the Tower, interestingly. So if you are in the middle of a tower, the Star is the card of peace that comes after the Tower. It's the card of healing and peace and hopes and dreams. And you've got Venus's stars. I'm looking at all those little red flowers around her. Different things, and the pink mountains in the background. So don't feel frightened, the healing's here probably already. You're dealing so well with this Tower moment, or you will deal so well with it. And the Tower comes down because things aren't correct. So you need to build something that's correct, something that's going to be more satisfying to you in the long term. So that's really lovely. And what qualities and assets do I have to support myself at this time? So, Ten of Wands. He's the minor to the devil. It's got a lot of aspects of the devil. You can work really hard. You're able to take quite a lot of burden. We can see that with the Chariot. We can see that with the fact that you're dealing with the Tower. The fact that the devil's turning up for you. You're a passionate person. You could be described as a bit of a workaholic, but actually, you know, there's some great aspects to being able to hold on to this burden, as long as you don't keep holding on to the point that you miss that little village in the background. But in the short term, while you're going through this change, you can deal with this. You are very capable of taking quite a large burden. And what image can I keep in mind over the next few days, almost like a vision board to encourage you? And that is the Eight of Wands, which is about messages and communication of all type. And it's fast communication. And so I don't know whether you write or whether you're involved in a creative industry, whether you're on social media, because these things are indicated by this card. And I would just keep in mind that there are messages of change. It's very positive. It's a peaceful card, and there's lots going on. And I think it's sort of pointing directly to the next card. They are pointing directly to the next card. which is the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of reciprocity, so it's the card of fair payment. And this is the best version of yourself that you're meant to be living at the moment. He's the merchant. He's giving some money to people who are in need, but he's got his scales of balance, and he's keeping some back for himself. You know, there is a balance, so you might be working incredibly hard with this Chariot. You might be quite overburdened with the Ten of Wands. The Tower, something not quite working at the moment for you in the way it should, having to be rebuilt, with the lovely Star card. But what we're trying to rebuild is a situation where you are paid fairly, like the Queen of Pentacles, and your work is acknowledged, and whatever you put out into the universe, the same abundance comes back to you, which is a lovely state of affairs. I'm going to tack on a video of where I am at the end of this. I hope I'm not always here. I hope that some of these healing, beautiful morning vibes come through to you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.